Hey everybody, it's Jackie from Motherwize, and today we're making chicken piccata. So let's go over the ingredients list. I have 1.25 pounds of chicken thighs. You can use any kind of chicken that you like, up to 1.5 pounds of chicken. So that's 4 pieces. We're going to use 4 teaspoons of lemon juice. Got 1/3 cup of flour, but it's a little bit heaped, so we want a little bit more than 1/3 cup. We need oil for cooking in, so I've got my olive oil. 1 shallot, which I don't have, so I'm going to use half of this medium-sized onion. 1 garlic clove. 1/2 cup of chicken broth. This is my homemade. 2 tablespoons of butter, some capers, and parsley. I don't have fresh parsley, so I'm going to use the dry. So let's get started. So the first thing you're going to do is put your chicken in a bowl. This is a medium-sized bowl, and I have 4 pieces of chicken. I'm going to add a teaspoon of salt. And we're going to season it. And about 1/4 teaspoon of pepper. We're going to mix that around in your bowl to coat everything good. And then we're going to set this aside. So we're going to let the chicken sit for 15 minutes. So next I'm going to put my flour in a small bowl. So I'm going to put a tablespoon of oil in my cast iron frying pan and heat it to medium high. So we're going to call that 8. Now I'm going to coat my chicken in flour and lay it on a plate. So I'm going to take the chicken and coat it in flour. Just like that. I'm going to put it on my plate. Just make sure the whole thing is covered. Okay, like that. One more. Alright. Okay, our oil is smoking, so we need to go ahead and put our chicken in there. And try to arrange it so it's all laying flat. Now we're going to reduce the heat down to medium. Now we're going to cook it for 2 to 3 minutes on this side. Alright, I'm going to turn these over. We'll cook until golden brown on the other side. So these are done on the second side. I'm going to go ahead and put them over in my plate. Be careful with them so you don't tear the crust off. I think I'm going to add just a little bit of oil. There's some already in here. Just enough to fry up my onion. Or shallot. Just for about 1 minute because I chopped it very fine. Let's turn it brown. I'll slide it over to the side. And I'm going to add my garlic. With 1 clove of garlic. Just until you can smell it. About 30 seconds. I'm going to add my chicken broth, which is gelatinous, like Jell-O, because it's been cold and in the refrigerator, and it's made from bone broth, which makes it gel like that. I'm going to add my lemon juice. I'll over pour it, so that's about a tablespoon is 3 teaspoons, and I put more in that, so that's about 4 teaspoons. And we're just going to scrape up the bottom. We're making sure that if there's anything on the bottom that we've got it in our sauce, because that's all flavor. So we're going to put our chicken back in the pan. I got chicken juice on my plate, so I'm going to put that in there. So we're going to leave it on this side for 2 minutes, and then we're going to flip it over and do the other side for 2 minutes. Now we're going to flip it over. Alright, I'm going to remove this from the heat. So now we're going to move our chicken over to our plate. And our sauce needs to be thick, and it is. So I'm going to add my butter and cut it up into pieces. So we're just going to whisk that in. So we're just going to whisk that in, let it melt. So I've got a tablespoon of capers that I've rinsed off. So I'm going to put those in. They're just like little pickles. I'm going to do some parsley. It calls for half a tablespoon of fresh, and the dried herbs usually have more concentrated flavor. So this is our sauce, and we're just going to put this on top of our chicken. Let's spread some of this around. We got too much on these ones over here. Here we go. So there you have it, chicken piccata. Let's give it a taste. So the chicken is really amazing. It's tender. It is very flavorful. The lemon is a light flavor. It's not very pungent. It's the capers add a nice bit of pickle-like flavor, and it's just an amazing dish. I hope that you'll try it, and remember, dinner's at 6.